Guys, everyone has their signature style. For example, I have my signature bald head, my signature beard, and my signature catchphrase. Class is in session. Perfumes don't have the advantage of being able to be visually represented, but your sense of smell is extremely powerful. People are more likely to remember you from the cologne you wear rather than the shirt you're rocking at the time. For example, if I smell Old Spice, I will be instantly transported back into my university days. Or if I smell light blue intense, some family members used to rock that back in the day. So your signature cologne is the fragrance that you wear every day and is what people will remember you by. I think you should make it memorable, but you don't necessarily have to. When starting off your collection, in my opinion, your first fragrance should be your signature. It should be versatile. And I think there are 5 styles that we can cover today, and it'll help you to start off your collection right. The 5 categories we're going to cover in this video are the blues, the lavender bombs, the citruses, the woods/greens, and finally, the creatives. This is gonna be a good one, guys. Are you ready? Let's get into it. We'll start off first with the blues. These are the safest fragrances you can go for. They're called blue scents because they originated from the OG Bleu de Chanel, and ever since then, there's this DNA that kind of smells like a fresh out of the shower fragrance. So these have the advantage of being very safe, mass appealing, signature material for both day and evening time instead of just being a daytime signature, but also the disadvantage of not being very unique because they're usually top sellers. I'll cover the 4 main contenders. Bleu de Chanel is the originator. Go for this if you want the most refined and elegant of the 4. Of course, Dior Sauvage is extremely common, but this is your option to go for if you want compliments, you don't care how popular this is. YSL Eau de Parfum. This is the solid go-to if you want a very sharp and most sporty smelling fragrance out of all these. Plus, it's not too common, so you smell more unique. And finally, Versace Dylan Blue. This is the best for teenagers in my opinion. It smells very youthful. I say if you're under the age of 18, this for me would be a 9 out of 10. Over the age of 18, this goes down to a 7 for me. Then we have the lavender bombs. These are for people who love the old school style of perfumery. If you ever liked how your dad or your granddad smelled, if you like something like Brut or Dracar Noir, these are modern reincarnations of that DNA and are very fresh, soapy smelling, very gentleman-like. Here are my 2 suggestions. First is Tom Ford's Beau de Jour. This is very slept on at the moment. It's very sexy, loud, excellent performance. It gets a lot of compliments. This is an amber-based barbershop, so it's quite sweet. And for that reason, it brings it into the modern market because everything is sweeter nowadays. And then don't sleep on this one either. This is Carven Low Intense. This is essentially Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Mal without the sweetness of the vanilla. This is made by Francis Kurkdjian as well, same perfumer. It's very minty and lavender based, so it's very cooling and refreshing as a signature. A nice, pleasant daytime signature. Next up are the citruses. These are your bright, sharp, daily signatures you wear to feel invigorated and refreshed. Yes, this is where Creed Aventus would fit in. So let's start off with Mont Blanc Explorer. This is your broke boys version of Creed Aventus. This is a smoky citrus, perfect for someone who doesn't want anything loud. You want to wear this to work or school every day, very easily doable. Let's say you enjoy orange as your citrus. This is a masterpiece, Terre d'Hermès. Start off with the EDT, it's the most versatile in my opinion. This starts off as a very dirty, earthy orange and then dries down to a very clean, woody orange. And then this one I want to introduce to you guys. I don't think a lot of people appreciate this enough. This is L'Eau d'Issey Intense, a very nice, affordable option. It has a lot of citrus up top and then incense at the base. So it's a very smoky citrus fragrance. It's not fruity in any way. It's just sharp, clean, serious. Lasts a really long time as well. A really good fragrance to consider if you want a citrus signature. The next style is the green/woody signatures. So if you appreciate the forests or the jungle, then this will be the style for you. Let me give you my 3 suggestions to start off with. Yes, where there is Creed Aventus, there's also green Irish tweed. This is the very grassy smelling, smells like an Irish spring field, a very dense, soapy, clean, but any fragrance from this DNA. Green Irish tweed also gave inspiration to Davidoff's Cool Water. Then we have this beast, Tom Ford's Oud Wood. Oud Wood is one of the safest oud fragrances to start off with. It has a lot of other woods working with the oud. If you guys don't know, oud is a type of wood as well. It's the rotting bark of an agarwood tree. This does not perform as beastly as it used to, but I still get 8 hours of the moderate projection here. So I still think this is worth buying. And then one of my most complimented fragrances in my collection, Chanel's Allure Homme Sport. That's right, the original, not O Extreme. I prefer the original personally. It smells like a very powdery, elegant, woody fragrance. Maybe you can't wear this in the evening times, but I think as a daytime signature, if you want to get a ton of compliments, something that lasts 8 hours with a decent amount of projection, you really can't go wrong with this. Out of all these in this video, this is probably one of the most worn in my collection. And we've arrived to our last style, guys. Remember what I said at the beginning of this video, that I personally think your signature should be memorable in some way. These are your creatives. Daily wear signatures you wouldn't really expect to think of, but this is where your creativity comes in and it really accentuates your character. Now, I don't recommend that you get too crazy. I still think every signature should have an aspect of freshness to it. There are infinite choices to choose from, but these are my 3 suggestions for now. This beautiful classic by Gianni Versace before he passed away, The Dreamer. Really interesting, creative take on florals for men. So it's a floral and tobacco fragrance with a lot of lavender as well. For £20, it smells much higher quality than the price tag. If you're an outgoing or artistic type of person, then this could definitely be a signature for you. Moschino's Toy Boy. This is your modern day peppery, musky, pear and rose combination. I get a lot of compliments with this. It's really surprising. I definitely don't think you should wear this in formal environments like a job interview, but if you have a casual environment at work, you could probably get away with going easy on the trigger. And then lastly, this beast, Parfum de Marly's Layton. It has a certain freshness to it. It's quite powdery of a fragrance, but then it also has a sweet aspect to it. So it smells like an apple pie fragrance is what people usually refer this to. It does have that hefty niche price tag to it, but it's one of the few niche fragrances I think that are actually worth the money. Wear this anywhere. It is super unique. Only us fragheads really appreciate Layton, I think, but maybe don't wear this in the high heat. One of PDM's best fragrances. If you want to get creative, you gotta get down with Layton. I'll reiterate to you guys, if there's anything to take away from this video, is to make sure that your signature has an aspect of freshness to it. It performs well, I'd say at least 8 hours. And of course, the most important is that you as an individual enjoy it very, very much and it represents you as a person. What do you think of my suggestions? This video is meant to be a sort of guide to give you a starting point. I think I have given the main styles out there. What do you think? Do you think there are other styles I've forgotten here? It'll be really interesting to know what you guys wear as your signature. Make sure to list it down in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Class dismissed.